So how's it going?
Good. How are you, MK?
Popping my bubble wrap.
Good.
So usually I'm a little more prepared. Like my last one, I spent like a week coming up with questions, but this was very on the fly. We kind of planned this yesterday.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I don't know what we're doing, but
Who
you
knows? We're
know,
gonna go with the flow,
yeah.
see what happens.
Yeah, I'm just testing out the new mic. I guess we're kind of past the testing out the new mic thing, but
Showing off the new mic.
yeah, exactly. Showing it off.
So you want to plug your book? Shameless plug.
What do you mean, like show it off?
Yeah, full send.
Yeah,
Bigger
I'll show.
audience, you know.
Sure. Um, Check out my new book, Trust Me, I'm Lying, available on Amazon.
I'll link it below.
Yeah, link down below. You're not going to find any magic tricks in the book, but you're going to find the psychology behind performance and how to perform. So that's what the book's about. So you're not going to find page turner after page turner of how to do different slides, but you will learn how to engage your audience and how to really fool them. So that's the premise behind the book. Check it out on Amazon.
So what inspired you to write it?
Um,
Because I've read it. It's a good book.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I guess my daughter really inspired me. The book initially started out as a series of notes from the past maybe year and a half or so, and the intention was never to write a book with the notes. Um, but one day I kind of decided that I was going to do it, and I actually talked to you a little bit about that around that time, you know.
Yeah,
Um, but anyways, so kind of just decided to turn the notes into a book, and then that's kind of where it came from. So the book itself really wasn't gonna be a book until about a month or so before it became one. So,
makes sense.
but yeah, I'd say my daughter is for sure, um, gonna be the biggest motivator behind doing it. So it's something I can leave behind.
Makes sense. Okay, I probably should have started with this question, but I didn't.
Yeah,
For the people who don't know, who are you and what do you do?
yeah. My name's Colby or Cards by Colby. I do magic. Um, yeah, I just started a gaming channel, so you can check that out. Games by Colby with the Z.
I'll leave that one linked down below as well.
Yeah.
And Twitch live streams.
Yeah, go live on Twitch. I haven't posted on the TikTok in a while, but
You're doing as many endeavors as I am, pretty much.
yeah, I'm
Like
kind of
different things.
yeah, I'm really spreading out and just trying out a bunch of stuff. So we'll see what happens. Jack of all trades, master of none.
Exactly, exactly.
So
Okay, so you said magician. What is your earliest memory of magic?
my the very first thing I can remember, I want to say I was 12 years old. I was 11 or 12, and I had allotted computer time. I was allowed like 30 minutes or something on the computer. And at the time, I spent my entire 30 minutes watching this music video by Jimmy Needham. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
I don't know that one.
He's like a Christian. He's a Christian performer. I think what was the song? I think it was "I'm Yours to Take" or something like that. Was the name of the
Okay, I
song?
think I've heard the song.
Yeah. I was really into that song, so I spent my entire 30 minutes that I had listening to that song on repeat. And I watched it on YouTube. But then I saw like a little thumbnail, and I don't remember who it was, but it was for like a magic trick that I just clicked on one day out of curiosity. And I remember it wasn't a card trick, which is what I primarily do. It was a coin trick where you essentially just take a quarter and then you wrap that quarter in foil and you like use your thumb to
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
press against it to make it
Basically
look
a
like a quarter.
shell.
Yeah. And then from there you can, make it look like you're ripping up a quarter, or doing whatever. I think that was the main use. But I
I
remember
could
I
do
was
that on a video. That'd be fun.
yeah, that was the first memory I have of magic. And I remember I took my headphones off and I said, Mom, this guy's a genius. I need foil and a quarter.
Nice, nice. But is that
And
what got you into magic originally?
Yeah, I think just being like young and then like the curiosity of watching the video and seeing how, because he did the performance first and then the tutorial, and seeing how like how easily I could be fooled, and then seeing how simple it really is, kind of uh made me want to do more. And then it was from that moment. Now that I tried that trick actually with the quarter, it didn't work out very well. I didn't take the time to make it look
Fair.
good, you know. But then from there, I learned my first card trick, and then the rest is history. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I don't think if it wasn't for that video, I don't know if I'd be doing it. So
Fair. Fair.
um, yeah,
Okay. So you probably know as well as every other magician, the performance has a certain magic to it, but the methods do as well. So do you find
yeah.
you enjoy the methods behind tricks, like the psychology and the physics behind it, or do you enjoy the end result, like and getting fooled by tricks?
That's a good question. I think that they kind of go hand in hand, and ultimately, what I strive for is and I actually talk a little bit about it in my book, is I want my audience to not think like I don't want them to think, oh, I don't know what he did, but I saw something there. I don't want them
Mhm.
to think that there was any move ever. That's where I
Understandable.
feel uh like the real magic comes from. Because especially as a magician, you can watch just about anybody do a trick and you can see something because you know what to look for, right?
Mhm.
Now as like, an average Joe, if they can pick up on something, it needs more practice.
Definitely.
It just needs more practice. Even if they don't know how you did it, but they can see that something was done, just practice it more. Um, you know, so I guess to answer the question, for me, whatever whatever makes them more wow. I guess it depends on the trick. I guess it
Okay.
depends on the trick. Um, but for me as a magician, though, method is like new methods are what gets me because like we were just talking, like I just said, we can watch somebody perform a trick and then we generally can figure out how it's done pretty easily. But every now and then there's one where you can't. And it's
Hmm.
because it's a method you haven't seen before. And that's what gets me. That's what floors me. I'm into puzzles,
Definitely.
kind of mindset. So I guess for me, method for if it's anybody else I'm doing the trick for, doesn't matter as long as they're wowed.
Nice. Okay. So you mentioned what got you into magic. What keeps you doing magic?
Yeah, also my daughter. I took a pause for a long time. Um, it's just something I kind of grew out of. And then um, find out that you're having a baby. And then I got to thinking pretty much that day of like, what can I do um, to sort of not leave my mark, but what can I do as like a dad, you know, um, for my kid. And so I was like, oh, you know what? I'll just start doing card tricks. So I got a couple decks of cards, started practicing again. And I remember at the time, because I just started like getting into it again. So I didn't have a mat or anything. So I took a blue piece of construction paper and a pink piece of construction paper and I taped them together
Nice.
because, and like in the video, I was like, we don't know what gender you are yet, but we're going to love you no matter what. And the idea was uh, like make a bunch of magic tricks, put them into like an email and then give it to her when she turns like 18 or something.
Nice.
Just like throughout the years, but that was an original idea. But now it's like, well, now there's a TikTok and
Now it's kind of
everything
stuck.
else. So yeah, yeah. And also it's like I'm not gonna hide it from her for
Yeah,
18 years and then just do it in the video. I'm gonna be doing tricks, her entire life. So
definitely, definitely.
at least I think so now, you
Yes.
know. But yeah, she's definitely what keeps me doing it. And you know, the trust me, I'm lying. That book goes out to her, absolutely. Um, I tell my wife all the time that her and my daughter, it's all the magic I'll ever need. Everything else that I do, all the sleight of hand stuff, you know, um, it's all fake. It's all a lie, but um, not when it comes to them too, So it's definitely them. Definitely
Fair,
them.
fair. Okay. Oh, I just lost my entire train of thought here. So, okay, it was interesting that you mentioned too that you took a break and kind of came back to it. So a lot of people I know that have either done magic or they did it for a while, or they're like, I've gotten into magic. They were like super into it for a while. A lot of them leave and never come back. Like, there's very few people I know that stick with it, especially long term.
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts on that? Do you think is it more like a personality type that sticks with it, or is it other things influence it, or do you think it's experience with it that if they have good memories associated with it, more likely to stick with it?
I've kind of like something I've kind of gathered is that it is a how do I say this? It's like whenever you know people in the magic community, you realize that the brain is wired very similarly. Like
Yeah,
typically people that are into magic are into like chess, right?
definitely.
Or into puzzles,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So I think that whenever you do magic and then you leave, and you just forget about it, pursue something else, you never really leave the root of it, which is
Okay.
how is it done? You're just doing it in a different way. So like, if you're really into magic and then you do other stuff, I think your brain is still likes the concept of magic. You're just applying it to something else. You're applying it to chess or
Yeah.
Sudoku puzzles or whatever. And then you kind of rekindle your relationship with it for the people that come back, and then and then you pick it up from there. I don't know if that makes sense. I feel like
That
it's
does
always
make sense.
there. It's just you don't. It's just not something you think about whenever you give it up for a while, um,
Okay.
until you do.
Do you think the community aspect helps keep people in it, or do you think it's a deterrent and drive people away from it?
Mm. I think for me, it keeps me in it. But I can also see how in some people it would kind of deter, depending on their relationship with everybody, I guess. So like, if I have a TikTok and I post on the TikToks, you have a TikTok, you post on the TikToks. Um, a lot of times I'll see you post something and I think it's a really cool trick and I want to try it on a live stream or, whatever the case may be. That helps keep me posting and it keeps all the content like fresh and you can kind
Mhm.
of bounce off of everybody else in that sort of community. So that aspect helps. Where I think it could deter people though is if you're not doing that, you just enjoy like seeing the magic, and you still do magic, but you don't, have like the TikTok posts or the live streams or whatever. Then I think it could be kind of deter people away because you don't feel as involved, I guess. So if you're one of those people, I highly recommend getting involved a little bit more.
Definitely.
Because you can really, I mean, MK, we have our magic jams
Oh yeah,
and, we learn a lot from everybody who's involved there. So, um, definitely get your little community going. That's stuff for me. It's definitely kept me going, kept me in it. If I never made like the TikTok, I remember it was February. I forget exactly, but it was sometime in February. If I never had made that TikTok, I mean, I probably wouldn't even be doing. I would have fallen out of it or doing it way less,
definitely.
or something. So yeah,
Yeah, I agree with that too. I think the community, I mean, I definitely would have stuck with it because I stayed pretty consistent for as long as I have. But the community aspect, it definitely pushed me to learn new stuff rather than recycling the same things over and over and over. Like since doing the magic
right,
jams, I've started doing so many different things that I never do before.
right.
And
Also,
yeah,
you can take the same trick that you've known how to do for years, and then you can just watch somebody else do it and apply it a little differently. Then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, I'm going to try it like that because it's way easier to do it that way, or it's way more like the effect is just better. And then you do that, and then you realize that there's another way to do it. And then you have three new methods to do the same trick. And then you can use those methods to just create your own trick,
yeah,
and none of that would have happened without, without putting everybody's brains together, without even like meaning to do that.
mhm,
So,
definitely, definitely. And yeah, how you mentioned the if you hadn't made the TikTok, you wouldn't have been with it. I definitely am in a similar situation of I would still be doing it, but again, the community wouldn't be there. Like if
yeah,
I didn't have TikTok until March of this year, and the only reason I got it was because Evan told me to make one. And if I
right.
hadn't had done that, then yeah, the whole community aspect wouldn't be there in the same way that it is.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. No, you're exactly right. I feel like, um, I don't know. There's something about it. And really, I think that there's one person that really kind of brought a bunch of people together, you know? Uh, and like that was huge. And
Definitely.
then, because if it wasn't for him, we probably wouldn't be talking right now
Shout out
and
Tyler.
haven't, yeah, yeah, shout out Tyler. But it's just like, but yeah, exactly. It's, stuff like that. And I only made my TikTok because I basically got bullied into it too. Like,
Nice.
I
Who
had,
bullied
cause
you into it?
Yeah, it was just some people at work.
Oh, okay.
And my wife was really like kind of pushing me for it when I mentioned the idea. And it still was like 2 or 3 weeks when I finally made my first video, and then it got like 1,000 views
Nice.
on my first video. So I'm like, oh, sick. So I remember the next
It was like
video.
6 years before I got a video that hit 1,000.
It felt cool. It was awesome. I remember the next video. I was like, "Thank you guys so much for 1,000 views. Like that means a lot." Okay, here's a magic trick, and then that one got like 150 views or
It
something.
happens. Yeah.
Yeah. So and then I learned that like kind of how TikTok works, and
It definitely does. And like it's also strange like watching the algorithm. Like I had this is a little different with YouTube, but I had a video I posted. It got like 200 views that I posted, and then after like it was like 2 months after posting it, I think it was like right under 2 months. It popped off and got 30,000 views in 24 hours. So it's weird
yeah.
how like things will randomly take off.
Yeah, it beats me, man. I don't know. Especially with like YouTube and stuff. Like I just started doing the YouTube stuff like 2 days ago.
Yeah, you'll get there.
So but I do know
Not
that
me.
like the algorithm does work a little different. And I've heard the same thing. Like people will post a short or something and then it'll get like 50 views, and then 3 months later out of nowhere it just gets 30,000 in a night,
Yeah.
for whatever reason. So I mean, take it, I guess, but it's just TikTok does not work like that. You basically got 24 hours, and whatever hits it gets is
I don't
what you
know because
get.
TikTok. Okay, yes and no. If one starts to take off, it'll continue. Like my highest one, it still gets views, and I posted it in March or April,
How
and it's
many
still
views
going.
does it have though? Like 100,000 or something crazy?
185, I think, something like that.
185,000 or just
Yeah,
185?
185,000.
Yeah, 100. Yeah, that I guess that kind of makes sense.
So like
But
got
I,
it got
I don't
like
know.
30K in the first week, but it's still going up. Like it's been consistent.
Oh, so it okay, I see, I see. Yeah, I just feel like with like, if you post a video and then 2 or 3 days later you're at like a couple hundred views or whatever, you're pretty, I mean, with my experience, it's just gonna
Probably on
plateau
TikTok,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you get
Uh,
really big, then people go and recycle through all your videos. Maybe not me because I have too many of them, but
yeah.
yours is a lot easier to go through.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. Yeah, you got like a thousand of those. I think you have. I think I checked or looked earlier today. You have like 1.7 thousand YouTube videos. That's insane.
Oh yeah, I have a lot. Well, okay, YouTube I've been doing since 2018.
Yeah.
So I mean, I've had the time to do it. Not that I've been consistent that entire time. I think last year, the year before last year, when I started being consistent, when I started doing a short every day, and that definitely bumped it up.
Oh,
Now I
I
do
see. I
three a
see.
day. So now it's really going up.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a lot, dude.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
yeah. I'm starting to think that the stuff I've chosen to do is a little crazy. One with that schedule, two with doing on every platform, three with like the podcast. All the endeavors are like starting to like come to a realization. Like, why did I do
Yeah.
this to myself?
Biting off more than you could chew. Then you got a full-time job and
Exactly.
everything else. But this goes to show, like you're posting the three shorts a day. Um, would you be able to post those three shorts a day if it wasn't for like the Magic Jams and like the people in the community? I mean,
That
you probably could, but
yeah, it
keeping it more
definitely
fresh.
helps. It gets more ideas. My thing too is I know like there's a lot of days too where I'm like I could just miss one. We'll do two today, and then I force
Right.
myself to
Yeah.
film more because I know the second I go down to two, I'm not going to get back to three.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just got to force myself to stay consistent.
That happens to me sometimes, and I'm kind of in it right now. Um,
Understandable.
but they'll be like, it's like, man, I need to post every day, and then I'll post every day for a little bit, and then I'm like, just like the views aren't there, and like my motivation isn't there, so it's like take the day off. No one's gonna watch it anyways. You know what I mean? Like no one's gonna know.
Yeah, the
Uh,
daily post definitely helps, but it does take like about 2 months to get traction in doing that.
yeah, yeah, and it's just like a lot of commitment. And my biggest problem is like when it comes specifically to the TikTok is and posting every day is I want to make content that's going to be like people are going to want to watch it, of course.
Mhm.
And doing magic is pretty niche, but that doesn't mean it can't be popular for people that aren't into that.
Definitely,
But in order to like reach that audience though, it's got to be very engaging very quickly. I feel
definitely.
like
Which I
so
think
in the
you're a lot better at that than I am. I think like you're I forgot I don't know how what you would call it, but you're like if you did this, your out video, that one was
oh,
great.
right.
That was a
Yeah.
great video. I
Yeah,
mean, it
if
probably
I'm
took
talking
you
about
forever to
you, then
make.
you're out.
Yeah, it
Magic
probably took you
edition.
forever to make, especially with all those mouse
Yes.
coils. But
Yes, it took. it took all day. Actually, in that video, I only used one mouth coil, believe it or
Oh,
not.
okay.
Yeah,
Nice. But
yeah.
yeah, that
But
was such a good. I probably watched that 3 or 4 times the day you posted it.
yeah, yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. I like doing that one. But that's what I mean is like you kind of have to. I don't know. I like whenever you get in there and it's like, okay, I got to post every day. Every day I want to make a post. And you got to make it engaging or whatever. Your goal is to make it engaging to get the views and what have you. You can't like just okay guys today if you were here I would have you pick a card. You're not here to do that, so I'll pick a card. It just doesn't work. It
Yeah,
doesn't
you
work,
gotta
so you
put some
almost have
spice
to
in there.
start. Yeah, and you can see like the popular magic videos and what they're doing. It's always like bang right out the gate, like
Yeah,
no talking, just like boom snap change, or boom invisible palm, or boom like right when the video starts. And that makes it really hard whenever you want to be consistent, because what like how there's only so many effects that you can do every day that's
okay.
different.
I
You know what I
disagree with
mean?
that in a sense. So, because usually what I do personally is I'll film like a bunch in like one day of the week and post throughout the week. But I have this habit. I follow so many other like magic creators and stuff. I'll see something and understand how it works, and I'll send it to myself, usually on Instagram because that's what I use the most. I probably have a few hundred posts in there that I haven't even looked at, and it's at the point I can't go through them all because there's so many, but they're all different too. Is the thing. So I think yes, at first it does seem like, oh, there's only so many tricks you can do, but if you just like immerse yourself in stuff, you can see this. There's so much easy stuff. Like most of the tricks I have sent to myself will take me 30 seconds to do. I just haven't done them.
But are those like specific like tricks that you're looking at? Are you able to like do it in a way where it takes the first 3 seconds to do the effect? You know what I mean?
I
Um,
think most of them, yes, because kind of the same thing. I don't know how you scroll through social media if you do, but like it's kind of the same thing. If something catches your eye, then you watch it.
right.
And the way I see like, okay, if it caught my eye, other than like, there's so many magic tricks, they take too long and scroll past them that I see. But like if it caught my eye, it'll catch other people's eyes. Is the way I think about
Right. Right, exactly. And that's what I'm trying to, or what like the strategy there is to try to copy that. A really good example of this is Alex the Joker. I think
it.
you've
Yes,
probably seen his stuff. He
he's
does a
good.
really good job of like, as soon as the video starts, he's doing the invisible palm,
Yeah,
you know.
or even like his
Um,
street
and,
magic videos are super engaging.
yeah, and they're just really engaging. And it's the same stuff. He's not doing anything super crazy that, it's not like his sleight of hand is so much better than everybody else. I mean, he's great, don't get me wrong, he's amazing. But it's not like he's worlds ahead of everybody else who's on TikTok.
Yeah,
It's just he knows how to apply it to make it engaging. Like I can do an Erdonase change, right?
yeah,
And I can do it flawlessly, but then someone else can do an Erdonase change maybe more poorly, but they can still get more views and they can
fair.
still get more um, engagement just because of the way they present it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um, so I think it's like specifically with TikTok and really any social media, TikTok, YouTube, whatever, it's less about the trick that you're doing and like how impressive it is and more about how you present it to get it to
definitely,
the audience. So that's the magic is easy. That's the hard part. That's
definitely, definitely. Okay, so you mentioned Alex the Joker and different social media people. Who are some people that inspire you?
Mm.
Some for specifically social media and some for in-person performances.
Okay, so that's a good one. So inspiration for like social media, dude, it changes. I would say right now, mm, I would have to say Tom, the magician, is a big one, just because of how consistent he is.
Definitely. He's
Uh,
always live.
yes, he's like if you're on TikTok, he's live, like all the time. Um, so he's just so consistent. So that's an inspiration there. And then I would say, if you would have asked me this question like 6, 7, 8 months ago, I would have said Jason Ledaney, not so much anymore.
Fair.
Um, but you know, I would say Jen is another one, Jen the magician.
Definitely. Top of 10.
Um, yeah, yeah, Jen, and then I would say that's probably right now, anyways. Of course, now again, the answer would have changed a couple of months ago to some other people or whatever, but that's what I'm seeing kind of mainly right now.
Fair.
Of course, your lives are always solid too, so we can sneak you in the list there. Now in
Honorable
terms of
mention.
like magicians outside of social media, Tom Molica is always, I mean, he's my favorite magician. He's so funny. He's absolutely hilarious. And then another one would probably be, I don't know, Paul Daniels is up there for me too. He was definitely kind of old school, but just his ability to control an audience and perform is amazing. Same thing with Tom Molica, really. It's like you forget that they're doing magic. You know
Definitely.
what I mean? And that's what makes it good. So, especially Tom Molica. Tom Molica will just start a card trick and then he'll do a stand up comedy for an hour and then he'll get back to the card trick, and the card trick is amazing. Um, so yeah, I would say, yeah, I'm happy with that answer. So,
Fair. Yeah, and it's also with the community thing as well, hearing different people and who inspires them and stuff, and hearing names that way. Because like you've even introduced me to people I didn't like, Magic Orthodoxy, for example. I didn't know who he was, and then you mentioned him
yeah.
one day because I think he liked one of your posts or commented on
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
You got hyped about it, and I never heard of him. And I looked into him, and then it was weird because then within like the same week, I was talking with Evan, and Evan mentioned that yeah, he looked up to Magic Orthodoxy as well. I'm like, oh, I just learned who that was.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then now I see like he likes like one of my posts every other day, which I'm like,
Nice.
okay, it's weird the connection of like someone who I didn't even know who they were that influenced people I know. Now I'm becoming more aware of.
Yeah, right, right. Yeah. And it's a really cool feeling too whenever you get involved with a community and then you start getting like you start engaging with people who are doing it for a living and like
Mhm.
are making money doing it, and they're doing the things that you want to do or like strive to do. And then so being able to interact with them and them interacting with you, that's like super awesome. Because like having like an inspiration um, to do something, and then that specific person liking your videos and commenting on your videos, or like for example, like let's say you're really into Jason Ledaney, you start a TikTok because Jason Ledaney is so cool. And he inspired you and whatever, and you're doing a live stream one day, and then he's in the live saying, "Show me a magic trick."
Oh
That's
yeah,
that's incredible.
it's crazy
And,
stuff.
yeah, it's ridiculous, and you don't get that with a lot of other things. For like, oh, I love LeBron James. He's my favorite basketball player. And then you start playing basketball. You can get really good at it. That don't mean LeBron's going to show up at the court. You know what I
Exactly,
mean? So it's like a really cool thing where it's specifically in like the Magic community, the biggest of the big names aren't so far out of reach. You know,
exactly. It's
which is
definitely
really neat.
tight knit community there.
Yeah, very neat.
So, with all of your endeavors, what's your current goal? Are you currently just trying out everything? What's your end goal? Are you trying to be huge in Magic, huge in like social media, huge just for whatever? More, are you going more for the gaming stuff right now? What's your current goal?
That's a great question. I'm still trying to figure that out, really. But I guess the
That's fair.
ultimate goal is to, um, I guess, make people enjoy their lives a little bit more. Whether that means gaming or if it's live streaming magic tricks or live streaming gaming or whatever. And whatever kind of happens along the way, then great. And I will say that like specifically with the gaming, maybe more so than like the magic in a sense. With the gaming, it's like I enjoy myself doing a live stream and then posting it on YouTube and all that. And I do so with the magic as well, but it's different because it's all on a screen
Yeah,
versus like in person. So that's a little different.
and you're
Gaming is
also,
designed to be
I
on a
think,
screen.
also with the gaming, it's a newer thing for you for the posting aspect. Where
Right.
the Magic, you're a little more desensitized. So because it's new, kind of that shiny object syndrome you were talking about earlier, that might be
Right.
in play a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's something new, something fresh. And I've been putting a lot more time into that than magic lately,
Understandable.
you know. But also I can have a lot of fun with the magic without it being like straight magic, like doing the scavenger hunt thing.
Definitely.
Which by the way, did you get the giveaway stuff?
I have not been to the post office. I was at work all day.
Okay, it should be there. It should be there.
I'll try to go to the post office
So
Wednesday. I think I'll be able
okay.
to.
I'll double check whenever we get done here, but
No
it
worries.
definitely should be. When I checked this morning, it said arriving today. So
Okay. And I'm trying to think of other questions. But again, I didn't really
yeah,
prepare.
kind of that. Yeah, no, it's kind of like a weird what I don't
Yeah,
know the right word.
okay. Hey, you mentioned like the scavenger hunt. You're definitely a lot more creative with your content than I've seen a lot of other people do. Like you put the amount of time you put into specific posts is how much time I wish I put into my posts. And like I know I could for certain ones, I just don't.
Yeah,
Like whether
yeah,
it be your editing, like your how precise you are with your editing, or like the scavenger hunt one, making a 3-part video after coming up with a scavenger hunt for it.
yeah.
Like your creativity is definitely something that more people could take after.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I appreciate that. Again, I think a lot of that comes down to just like um I think our goals are a little different. Like I think your goals are to post like X amount of videos per day on a bunch of different platforms, which is fine. Like there's
Mhm.
nothing wrong with that. But my goals are specifically like Magic is just like posting one TikTok a day. Like I don't have the YouTube for the Magic stuff or anything. So it gives me a little bit more time to focus on the type of video that I want to make. And
Yeah.
then sometimes I'll get an idea and like I'll write it down in like the notes in my phone and then it
Mhm.
just like keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. And then I'll film that video on, whatever day. Like well, I'll tell you the one that we were just talking about, the if I'm talking about you, then you're out, Magic
Yeah.
Edition. That video I put in my notes, I changed it about 20 times before filming any of it.
That's fair. I have
Um,
something like that.
yeah, yeah. And it's just like the ideas just keep changing as you go. Um, so I don't know. I think I have more leverage to be able to be more creative, I guess,
Definitely.
because I'm spending less time posting those videos and more time just focusing on what that video is going to be. And I think it's a lot of fun to do
Yeah.
that, honestly. I like my the most fun videos that I've made are the ones that take the longest to do.
Understandable.
They're just they're so fun. And then you see your like finished work and it's just
Yeah. I'm
it's like
proud
yeah,
of
I'm proud of that.
it.
Yeah, I'm really proud of that one. And then it gets like 40 views,
I feel that.
Yeah.
Or like I spent 3 hours on this for a 4-second clip and it
Right.
didn't do well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which it is what it is, but
Yeah, it
especially the
happens.
scavenger hunt too. Oh my gosh, the scavenger hunt was a blast. And what was the most fun about that wasn't even the recording of it or anything. It was just about like, okay, how can I get people to figure it out without everyone getting it to figure it out, you know?
Yeah,
Um,
and I
and I
enjoyed, once I finally got around to it, I literally screen recorded all the videos and pulled out like a pen and pad while I was on like a 2-hour airplane, writing down everything and
yeah.
analyzing it.
How long do you think it took you to figure out?
Surprise. Okay, not long, but then
Yeah,
okay,
it
so
didn't feel like very long.
I figured it out after like the second video, I think, and then I watched the third just to like be sure, and then I come up with lion, and you said that was incorrect.
Yeah.
And then I went back and rewatched them all, maybe in 30 minutes. And I'm thinking, what else could it be? I'm like, it has to be lion. Like, what if it's plural? And then
Yeah.
that did
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it was plural, but I was really tempted. It was really like on the fence, right? Because part of me just wanted to say like yes and then just tell you, "Hey, you're missing the S,"
Yeah.
and explain where it was. But also at the same time it's like that clue is like pretty obvious
Yeah,
and you could
your ones
definitely
that you said were obvious, I missed. And then one of them that you said like how to find it, I got the same answer but from a totally different way. It was like the paragraph
Oh,
one. You said it was the paragraph on like the
oh,
board. I was looking at
yeah.
your book and it was the same. The second paragraph it worked out too.
Oh, the second I see what you're saying like because I said what was it? First letter, second word. So you were just looking at it. I see what you're
Yeah,
saying.
I was looking at like the bottom paragraph
I
and
didn't
it was
even
there.
realize that because it was supposed to be an A, like on the book. I think, yeah, it was the second word, first letter is what I said, which is
Yeah,
A. But it was, people are that are watching this are probably so confused. Just check out the TikTok
that's right.
and
We're plugging views towards your thing,
yeah, it'll make
channeling them
sense.
that way.
But anyways, I thought that was like the hardest clue.
I thought that was
Was
one of the easier ones.
was the letter O, which is crazy because I really thought S would be really easy. Um, and honestly, I thought because I was really like kind of paranoid before I posted the video. I'm like, oh, they're gonna get it right away just because the fact that I said it might require some lion. Like it was
That's what kind of gave it
clearly
away to me.
lion,
Yeah,
but a lot of people missed it though, which is like good. But I thought it was like I
definitely.
clearly said lion there.
Okay, I think the reason I got that one specifically was I tend to listen to a lot of rap music, and they'll use that like alliteration for double meanings
I
words all the
see, yeah,
times. So I just have like the ear for it, and I just when you said
lion
it might take some
crying,
lion,
lion.
I just
Yeah, yeah,
instantly heard
yeah.
lion, so it clicked a lot quicker than it might for other people.
Yeah, yeah, which is very possible. Either way, I mean, you won it, so
Yeah,
congratulations.
thank you.
You get your prize today. It should be there. But anyways, yeah. So I did a giveaway for Antonio won a giveaway, which is one of
I was gypped.
the guys
He
in the
barely
community.
beat me to it.
Yeah, yeah. No, that was kind of a nail biter. But technically his girlfriend won it, and then
Yeah.
she told me to give
Okay.
him the book.
Here's the
So
thing with that too. Okay, so me and him were literally racing because we were all on. I don't know if it was a Zoom call or we were just texting back and forth. I think we were on a
I think it
Magic
was a
Jam.
jam because
Yeah,
I think I was a part
and
of
we
it
were
for a
talking
minute.
back and forth, and we were down to like two options, and I was gonna pick one of them, and I know he was picking one, and the one I was gonna pick was the correct answer, and then he picked that one, so then I picked that one, and
Oh,
then
I
I was like
see.
thinking like, wait, why did I do that? He beat me to it anyways,
Yeah, that's right.
so
That's
I
yeah.
screwed myself twice there.
Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, doing stuff like that is just so like doing the giveaways and I don't know, I enjoy it. I almost enjoy that more than doing, whatever trick I'm doing. And part of
That's
that is
fair.
repetition, I do
Yeah,
double lift about 1,000 times.
yeah.
You
Hard to
know,
make
and
it fresh.
yeah, yeah. Um so yeah, doing stuff like that, oh man, it makes it fun. Even if you don't get the views, it's like one day when the views are there and like you have the followers and you have the base or whatever, they can still look back at it later and be like, oh, this is his early work and it was still good,
Yeah, and go back and still enjoy it and do the puzzle themselves.
Right, right. Same thing with like really famous streamers and like I love Queso.
Mhm.
I don't know if you ever heard of Queso,
I've only heard of
but
him because of you and Brooke. I don't know anything
okay.
about him.
Yeah, I know he's so funny. He's great. And then, because he's like one of those like Cinderella stories where one night he just blew up, you know, and then after he blew up, he's just kind of everywhere.
Yeah.
But so you go back to like his first couple videos, which I'm sure that posted them had like 30 views or something. And you can just tell because like the quality isn't great. He didn't have like a mic or anything. Like it just it's very, typical like recording on my cell phone, posting a
Hmm.
TikTok, the ratio isn't quite right, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But anyways, so like going back through and watching those videos after he's become famous, now it's got hundreds of thousands of views.
Yeah.
And that's one of his like least viewed video on TikTok because it's one of his first couple, but it's still hundreds of thousands because
Yeah.
people are just
See
going back
people
to
going back.
watch it. Yeah. So that's always something about too is like just because you ain't got the views and whatever now,
Yeah,
don't mean you
Mr.
won't
Beast probably doesn't
later.
have a video below 20 million views now because
Yeah,
of how big he's gotten.
right. And I mean he probably posted a video and then went a year having 3 views on
Yeah.
it. So yeah, yeah,
Another thing too is interesting of like the content consumed in a sense, but like the different backgrounds and interests that people have, and it's still getting the same thing. Both of us doing magic, but we had entirely different paths to get there. Like you saying
yeah,
queso, don't know who, I didn't know who he was. I watched more like Chris Ramsey and PewDiePie type of thing. So seeing like the difference, but still getting to a similar location is interesting as well.
yeah. Yeah, it's cool. Like honestly, one of like so when I was first learning when I was like 12, I did that little quarter trick and I started learning card tricks. Um but a really big like oh he was my guy, Miss Mag
Oh,
822 or the card
he's the
trick
first one
teacher.
I ever saw on YouTube,
Right. Yeah, I think when it comes to card tricks, he was the first that I looked
especially at
at.
that time.
And yes, dude, and he hasn't posted in a while, or at least consistently in a
Hmm.
while, and which kind of sucks. But I still refer to his video. That trick I did with the queens.
Yeah,
I don't know if you remember the
yeah.
black and red cards. Yeah, that was one of his
The
YouTube
the one I
videos.
do with the four aces and the Joker, with like the face up and face down card stack.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's one of his tricks.
Yeah, it's just there's just something he I don't know because it's very again with the Magic community like that's kind of like he had his own community and he was pretty open about it. He did all the
Mhm.
contests and giveaways and people would send him videos of different tricks and stuff and he would pick a winner and then he would do a tutorial and
Yeah,
just whatever and that's what made it so good and like that's I can't recommend if you're a magician or you want to be a magician it's important to like read your books, that's where you're going to learn a lot of information and get a lot of information. But where you grow and like legitimately become better is when you talk to actual real life humans.
definitely.
Like you probably hear it all the time, like, surround yourself with people that you want to be. No, do it. Like,
Yeah,
if you want to get good at something, find someone who's better than you and learn from them.
definitely.
Um, and it's going to help you improve tremendous and quickly. It's like one of those magic fat burner pills. Like,
Yeah.
it gets results quickly. It really does. Um, so yeah, I mean, get your books, watch your YouTube videos, whatever. But find people.
Oh yeah. And I also find it interesting how the people like the YouTube channels, for example, that people go to kind of change with time. Like I remember starting out, there was Miss Mag 822 or like Million Card Tricks or 52 Cards. Now it's like a
Yeah,
totally
yeah.
different set of people. And it's
True,
interesting seeing
true.
people like reference people. I'm like, I don't know who that is, and you look and there's like 1,000 unique card tricks. Like, okay, this is dope.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And maybe I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe things are like a little different now because anytime that I see those like newer, like sensations on YouTube that are like the new tutorial guys for Magic, I always have something against them right out of the gate because they're not Miss Mag
Yeah, the
822.
nostalgia factor.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just not what I'm used to.
That's fair.
And like the tricks are great, like,
Yeah,
but I'm just a little butt
I get that.
about
Like,
it.
that's oh, it's not Miss Mag 822, or oh, it's not old school Chris Ramsey.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like the OG Chris Ramsey, exactly. Yeah, because I'll like watch him do the performance. I'm like, I don't even need a tutorial. Like this is stupid. But then I do the same thing for like Mismag videos. I can like
Yeah.
watch the performance, and then like, oh, that's such a cool trick, whatever. But it's just my mental that
Yeah, the
just
biases.
it's not nostalgic. Yeah, so I'm like, I don't like it. I
Have
want to
you ever
watch a
thought about
15-year-old YouTube video.
have you ever thought about that you're becoming that for other people? That you're going to be their go-to tutorial person?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Okay, you so like you,
Like,
for example, go into Mismac as your go-to tutorial person. Someone
yeah.
just starting out might refer to you as their go-to tutorial person, and then somebody else they see someone else. Oh, it's not Cards by Colby.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't really thought about it, I guess. But I mean, I don't really do a lot of tutorials though, is
You've
the
done a
thing.
few, but
I've done a couple, but
or
like,
maybe not necessarily tutorial person, but go-to inspiration for Magic.
sure, yeah, yeah. No, that would be cool. I mean, that'd be cool if like, oh, this isn't Cards by Colby, like,
Yeah,
you know,
especially as you
this
get
new
bigger.
guy. Yeah, someone's watching my TikTok from, 16 years ago, if TikTok's still around,
Yeah, it's
you
definitely
know.
weird to think
Yeah.
about.
But yeah, and no, it's cool because I mean, exactly. I mean, you hit the nail on the head, like that sort of like aura of like that environment being 13, 14 years old, 12 years old, whatever, and just Miss Maggie 52 cards, Chris Ramsey,
Yeah.
and like the old school 52 cards where like the
Oh
video
yeah.
quality was kind of garbage, and he just had like the one camera angle,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah. So definitely nostalgic, yeah, and it's
Definitely.
like stuff like that just like really brings me back. Like if like honestly a lot of times, so I'll give you another example. If I'm like trying to make a TikTok video and I'm like just kind of don't really have the inspiration, or like I tell people all the time because people will ask like how many magic tricks do you know, and there's no answer to that.
Yeah. It's
you
definitely harder to
know
answer.
yeah, you can learn three different moves and have hundreds of tricks, really.
Or no hundred
So
of tricks and only perform three.
yeah, 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 exactly. So, but you lose the inspiration at times. It's like, oh, I need to make a TikTok video, but what am I gonna do?
Mhm.
I can do this, I can do this. I don't really want to do that.
The easy
Um,
routes.
yeah, yeah. So then I'd look at like a Miss Mag 822 video, and then my inspiration's back because it just took me back to being like 12
Definitely.
years old, and then seeing like this method that I don't normally do,
Branching
that
out a
I can
bit.
do on camera. Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna do that. That's kind of like when I did the queen trick. I was like,
Yeah.
I need inspiration, and then I'm like, dude, that trick is so good, and it's like, why haven't I done this?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
So
definitely dope. And yeah, for the whole like video thing of like and other people being inspired by it, I think that's kind of hit me in two different situations. One was with like the Magic Gym and stuff, when like you or like Slight or whoever referencing the video I posted like that day. I'm like, wait, people actually watch my
yeah,
stuff?
yeah, yeah,
And then that was weird to me. And then the second one was in Italy or whatever. It says the one guy who walked out and like, I've seen your stuff on Instagram. It's dope. I'm like, that was crazy.
yeah. That's cool. That is really cool.
Never thought to get recognized in person.
But yeah, it's funny. So wait, you watch my content that I
Yeah, like
post?
wait a second.
You're one of the 8 views. That's awesome.
Yeah, I exist outside of my room.
Yeah, that's so funny. That's really funny. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I kind of ran out of questions there that I
All
randomly came up
right.
with on the fly.
Okay. All right.
What are your thoughts on? Okay, this is again really my perspective. Uh, when I do tricks for other magicians, them being impressed and asking how I did it and like tips and stuff and asking what I think about things. Was that something that you experienced as well? That like, oh, other people like what I have to say about this is kind of cool.
Um, what do you like? What do you mean exactly? Like,
Like, okay, so with my tricks, like I know I'm half decent, but then you see other people online and you're like, okay, I'm nowhere near this person or that person or whatever. So then showing it to like other people, like in the jams, for example, or whoever it might be, and them asking for your input on their tricks or thinking that your
oh,
tricks are cool
sure.
and wanting to learn them, was that like a shock factor for you as well, or
I
was it
see what you're
just
saying.
me?
So an example would be like I don't want to say it out loud, but the one trick, the one. You know what I'm talking about or no?
Well, I have two that came to mind. You mean the jack trick or the one that you're working on?
The one that I'm working on.
Okay, yeah,
That one in particular, stay tuned. That one in particular means a lot because it's changed so much from what it was
definitely.
because of everybody's input. So I think it's cool to like have input for somebody, and then them actually like implementing that. It feels good, it
Definitely.
feels good. Um, to say like, oh hey, maybe uh well, give you like maybe ditch the card like this, right?
Yeah,
And it's like, oh wow, that actually is like makes it so much seamless because it saves me four different moves,
definitely.
and just like being able to contribute to something like great like that is
Hmm.
is really cool. And it also makes you think of like how much goes into something, uh, like that
Um,
insignificant, I
yeah,
guess, you know.
makes you see more like
Um,
the consulting side of things.
yeah, yeah, and it's like how much time and effort goes into something that lasts 45 seconds,
Yeah,
you
definitely.
know. But yeah, no, it's cool. It's definitely a cool feeling to be able to help someone out and then them use it. Um, yeah. Also, I think it's really cool, specifically that trick that I'm working on, being able to perform it, because something that you hear a lot, as a magician is oohs and ahs and
Hmm.
woes, not from other magicians. You
Hmm.
don't. From other magicians, you hear, "Oh, that was a really good
Yeah,
blank," or
how much you
"That
fool them.
blank was really smooth," right? But the best feeling in the world is when you hear those same oohs and ahs, but from a magician.
Definitely.
And I remember performing that for the first time in Slight, um, which by the way, what happened to him? But
Who knows?
anyways, him just going, "Whoa!" And yeah,
Or
that was just
Antonio's
such,
reaction too.
yeah, yeah, it was just such a good feeling uh, of like, it's like impressing. Well, I'll use another basketball reference. It's like impressing LeBron,
Yeah,
is what it feels like because again, like with magicians, it's like they know what
exactly.
to look for. So whenever you can fool them, it's like, oh dude,
Higher badge of honor.
yeah, it's an incredible feeling. So I love that so much. I really do. I
Okay,
really do.
that routine that you're working on, when's the last time you did
Oh man,
it? Because I mean, I was
probably
like,
the
do you remember the whole routine?
I I I do. I need to practice. I'm gonna have to practice it. But yeah,
Because I don't
I
remember it. It's been so long since I've seen you do it. I vaguely remember bits and pieces, but like,
I do. So basically, I combined that one trick I did, the marked card trick that I have posted on my TikTok.
yeah, I remember that part.
Okay, and then it just keeps developing into nothing. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Like,
That's
I
basically what it
remember
was.
bits and
But
pieces. I remember some of the switches. I remember some of the changes. And yeah,
yeah, we talked about a switch. We talked about a ditch. Yeah, you'll see it. Don't worry, folks. You'll see it
one day.
one day. I shoot, dude. Should I just like post it and just do the trick?
No, you gotta pull the trigger and actually do what it's intended to do
But if
first.
I do what it's intended to do, I can still do it
Yeah,
with
but
it
you don't want to
being
give it away first. So like, do what it was intended for,
true.
and then afterwards post it. You just gotta pull the plug and do it.
True. I just feel like
People are
it's
gonna be
like
so
one of
confused
those
what we're talking
tricks.
about.
Yeah, yeah. I just feel like it's one of those tricks where like no one's gonna figure it out, and the people that do get it figured out, it's like
It's gonna take 10 watches.
yeah, it's gonna take 10 watches, and it's not like, it's not like they're gonna make a separate post like this is how Cards by Colby did his.
When you're big, they will.
Oh, I guess so. But by then, I mean, hopefully the intended purpose would have been completed.
Fair.
But okay, but also I've been thinking about this too. It's like if I use it for its intended purpose, is it gonna work? That's the question.
You won't know till you do it.
Yeah. But then it's like if it doesn't work, then it's like, well, do I even want to go through do I
Yes.
even want to share the work? Because now it's an embarrassment,
No, it's not.
you know? I don't
You
know.
know how many other people have done that and it
Yeah.
didn't work and it still worked out in a different way?
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess that's true. I don't know. One day. One
One
day
day,
I'll get around to it.
hopefully this
One day.
year.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see. I'm also just not, I don't it, doing it for its intended purpose is going to take a lot of time,
Definitely.
and it's not going to be a quick thing. So, and then even after I use it for its intended purpose, I pretty much have to potentially leave it as it is for X amount of months before I
Mhm.
can even start um, doing it for its not intended purpose.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how
So
quick the turnaround is for that.
I don't know. I would assume I mean, I guess a lot of it would probably depend because they probably prepare for the next thing while they're doing the current thing, is
I'd
my
assume
guess.
so.
Um, so I guess it would depend on how
Yeah.
everything would line up. I don't think it would take like years, but it would take at least a couple of months. I mean, I'm sure.
Let's see if I can find that out. Maybe I can
Yeah,
start
there's
looking.
probably some sort of thing that
Yeah,
shows that, but I don't know. Also, like the amount of uh, dude, being able to pull that off has got to be really difficult,
definitely.
like mentally. you
Definitely.
know
I mean,
Anyways,
you've
we can.
already improved a lot. You've gone from your live stream not knowing what you were going to do to now you're comfortable doing pretty much everything.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, my first time,
I remember
first couple times.
it took me and Tyler 3 days to convince you to do a live.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. um and I remember my first few lives I was just doing like really basic, like can't mess it up
Yeah.
stuff, like self-working, like I wouldn't dare do a double lift, I whatever. And then now I'll do it just about anything. And I really like
Exactly.
the personalized, if someone follows, do like the trick with their name and
Definitely. Good one.
stuff like that, which is a little bit more advanced than like day one stuff that I was
Yeah.
doing on the live. So,
You're definitely a lot more
you
engaging
know,
with your audience than I've been on live. So that's something I got to work on.
yeah, it's I don't know. I kind of because like again, like I said at first, I was very scared, and so because I didn't want to mess up and whatever, so I was very timid and just like I didn't know what to do or say, but I knew I was supposed to do and say something,
Mhm.
And then it kind of turned into like I don't really care who's watching right now, and then you just kind of do your thing, and
Yeah. Just kind of
um,
get used to it.
yeah, and you kind of start doing tricks for whoever's watching, whether that's nobody or 100
Well, you
people.
always have two people.
That's true. That's true. A minimum of two people. That's true. Um, and then they've seen it 100 times. But also you develop like a
Well,
bit
when
of a
you do the coin
routine,
trick,
right? Because you learn what works really well over live streams and what doesn't.
definitely.
Um, so then, because I had a problem of like, my first several times going live, it's like, oh no, I'm gonna have to cycle through the tricks because I was only prepared for 5 tricks and then I gotta go like redo them and start whatever. Then I start having the opposite problem of like, shoot, if I'm gonna do the show, it's got to be trick after trick after trick after trick
Yeah,
after trick, which makes it hard to engage with everybody. But it helps get like viewers in there, and then you're still not gonna have enough time to do all the tricks you want to do, so then you got to save it
definitely.
for the next stream and
Yeah,
whatever, which I think is a lot better than
yeah.
repeating the
That way,
same five, six tricks.
returning viewers don't get bored of the same thing.
Exactly, exactly.
Kind of my
Yep.
issue.
And I
Like, yeah,
think
I know I
that's
have
what
other
makes
tricks, I just don't do it.
yeah, yeah, and I think that's what makes Tom so good, and why I kind of look up to him as like a
I've never seen him do the
on
same thing
social
twice.
media. Yeah, dude, he's live all the time, 24/7. He's live right now, I'm sure.
Probably, even though it's like
And
4 a.m. there.
yeah, yeah, he's probably just waking up from his 30-minute nap from his last live stream. And then he's probably, going at it. And he really, I don't think I've ever seen him do the same trick either. I'm sure that he has to, because
Yeah,
he can't even remember if he's done it or not. Like,
yeah,
you know, um, but it's just amazing. And I don't know if he has some sort of script or some sort of something that he uses to,
Remembers what?
yeah.
Yeah, remember what he knows.
I mean, he's got to have something, because oh my goodness,
I
that
mean,
man can
unless
just
he's just
go.
Danny Ortiz and just immersed himself so much he doesn't forget them.
Yeah, and I'm convinced Danny Ortiz makes the stuff up on the fly sometimes. You
He
know,
90% does, like 99% does.
yeah, yeah. Like it's just
But when he makes up on the fly, he's pulling from all these other things he knows. So I
exactly,
wonder if that's
exactly,
what Tom's doing. Is like you know all these things and you're just improvising bits and pieces.
exactly. And I think he is doing some of that at some points because there's just no way. Like, let's be real. The amount of like card tricks you can do, there's not a number for that. There's just not a number. But the amount of card tricks that you can find on YouTube and books, there is a number for that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Um, so I don't know if that makes sense. Sort of the same idea as like you might have heard before, like, oh, I want to invent something, but everything's already been invented.
Yeah,
No, it hasn't. It's just we don't, our brains don't think like that. It's like the same thing. It's like you think that like all the card tricks or magic tricks that you can do have been done. No, we're just not applying it in a
yeah,
way that makes it fresh, something new. And that's what makes like the trick that I'm working on, or really the one that we've been working on, that we've made a couple together.
mm-hmm.
And
We got to do more collab posts because those are fun.
yeah, yeah, those are fun. Those are fun. Um, but I don't know. It's cool. It's also really cool just taking methods that you see other people do and then making your own trick out of it. Um, even if it's not like a very impressive trick when it comes like the sleight of hand, because it's original, it just
Mm-hmm.
makes you feel good. So
Definitely, definitely. Okay, I had a question and I forgot it. Oh, what the heck? I don't know.
yeah, this might be an editing nightmare for you.
I'm not gonna edit it.
Oh.
It's gonna be free flowing.
Oh.
Oh, what the heck is my question? There's a half decent one too. I don't know what it was. What are the downsides to doing this on the fly?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We're talking about Tom. We're talking about Frick. We're talking about what the heck sparked it? Uh, how often would you say you perform in person?
Ooh, I would say nowadays not often. Not often. But I mean this I'm in my office, I work from home.
Yeah,
So I'm not getting out as much. When I would get out though, I mean it was every day. And I always leave anytime I go anywhere, I have a deck of cards on me. At least most of the time two, but at least
at
one.
least one. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And um, whether it's like put in the glove box or in my bag or whatever. But yeah, I always got at least a deck on me because there's always an opportunity. There always is an opportunity, you know.
definitely.
So I would say a few months ago, I mean, every day. Now, when I go out, bro, once in a blue moon, man. Just like, and that's mainly like families too,
Do
like
you ever do pre-show?
pre-show. Like, what do you mean? Like
Like
actual pre-show?
planting a card somewhere in hopes that one
Oh,
day
sure.
you'll use it.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. I've had some failed attempts at that, trying to sneak a card in someone's pocket and forcing it and stuff like that. But I no, I definitely have. I think last Christmas, what was it that I did? I mean, it was something pretty simple. Just planning a card. And then because I did like a little show, um, and I did want to do that. So I can't remember exactly what I did, but I planted it somewhere, did a force, and it was just it was amazing.
Yeah,
And it's really easy to get it like something so simple, so simple to do. But then it gets a really good reaction because it's impossible,
definitely.
you know. and that's part of what makes magic so good for some people isn't necessarily I think that there's two trains of thought when it comes to magic. There's impressive and there's impossible.
Yeah,
um Jason Ledaney, for example, he's impressive.
yeah,
um Tom Mullica, he's impressive. Those kind of uh Danny D. Ortiz, most of his stuff is impossible, I
yeah.
would
There's
say.
a different level to it.
you know yeah, it's the
You can
impressive
tell if they're
is,
doing something, if it's a display of skill versus how the heck did this happen.
yeah, like that doesn't make any sense. Like it doesn't matter what you do with your hands, it's not possible.
Yeah.
If so, an example of skill or impressive would be like, okay, shuffle the cards, and then okay, and then I'll close my eyes, and then here's an ace, here's an ace, here's an ace, and here's the last ace. That's skill. Like,
Mhm.
impossible is okay, pick a card. Okay, you have your card. Okay, now shuffle the cards together. All right, now do you see your card? No, you don't. It's in your pocket.
Yeah,
That's impossible. It
yeah,
just doesn't make sense. There's no skill that you have, like so.
definitely. What are your thoughts on difficult sleight of hand?
So I think it depends on the move because a lot of difficult sleight of hand can be avoided with easier sleight of hand,
Yeah.
or gimmicked decks, for example.
Do you think
And
difficult sleight of hand has a practical use?
I think it depends on the sleight, right?
Undertow, for example. Do you think?
No, not at
No.
all.
Okay.
Not at all. Clip shift, not really. But stacking, I think does. You can do a lot with stacking, and it's pretty impressive. Um,
Okay.
you know,
What are your thoughts? So I heard Alex Pandrea say this, that he practices extremely difficult sleights, not necessarily to use them, but then everything easier is going to be like he's never going to mess it up. Like if you
yeah.
every day doing clip shift, you're not going to mess up with double lift. What are your thoughts towards that aspect of it?
I think that makes sense. I've never done it myself, but I have heard of people doing that, and it makes sense. Psychologically, you do the really hard stuff, and all of a sudden, the stuff that you think is hard now is so much later.
Yeah.
But I would say, like I'll use undertow for example. If you're doing undertow over and over and over and over and over again, and you're practicing undertow, but the idea of practicing it is for general improvement, then I think it could be good. But if you're practicing undertow for the trick, I don't think it's as useful.
Fair. Yeah,
I
I've
guess at the
definitely
end of the
noticed
day, you're still practicing.
out of the group, like you and Antonio aren't as much of move monkeys as I am. You're not learning
Yeah,
stuff just to learn it.
yeah. I feel like all this stuff, especially Antonio, when Antonio learns something, it's like for a purpose. It's
Yeah,
because he's implementing this in this one specific trick.
definitely.
Um, Me, it's kind of similar, but not so much, like not so extreme. I try to balance it a little bit. 'Cause there's stuff that like I know how to do that's not practical.
Yeah,
And like a snap change, it's not really practical. Like you could still use it, in
yeah,
the same
especially
sense you
online.
can still use, yeah, in the same sense you can still use undertow, or clip shift or whatever. It's just not, you're gonna do it once if you do
Yeah,
it at all,
fair, fair.
Um, so you know.
Okay, we'll do one closing question because we've been going for about an hour, and I know Brooke's
Okay.
gonna be the only one who listens to this all the way
That's so
through.
true. No shout out.
Exactly. So, what is the last trick that fooled you?
Mm, mm, mm. Ooh, probably probably one of Antonio's tricks
Fair.
is my guess. I
These are
think.
pretty good.
Does it does it count if I know how it works now?
Yeah, it's fine. It's just the
I would
most
say
whatever fooled you most recently.
I want to say it was probably either invisible dice.
Because for me, like the most recent one was that the
No,
spreading out cards one that I showed you. That was the most recent one for me.
the oh yeah, no, that did fool me actually. You're right. You're right. That did fool me. That was probably is the most recent one.
Okay,
Um, oh, that trick is so good,
it's
by
a
the
good
way.
one. It's a good
That
one.
trick is so good. Um, yeah, I think that probably is the last one.
I've had like a few
Uh,
others get like close where I have to like pause and think about it. Like some of your like your queen one, I had to pause and think about it. Some of the stuff Sienna does, I have to like pause and think about.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I think that was the last one. I'm like, yeah, I have no clue how this works.
Yeah, no, that was really solid. Should we do it for the should we do it for the viewers as a exiting?
Yeah. Do you want to perform it or do you want me to?
Uh, it's your trick. You can perform it. Let me grab a deck.
Okay, grab a
Actually, got one
deck.
right here. Let me make sure the jokers are out. Hold
They can
on.
be in there. I don't care.
Okay, all right, let's do it. I'm ready.
Shuffle the cards as much as you want.
All right. We do it ASMR.
Oh yeah.
Can you hear that at
That is
all?
crisp on the mic.
Is it really?
Yeah. Okay, now you have to do a full ASMR TikTok post.
Well, then let me see if I can. Let me turn on noise canceling really quick. Hang on. Okay, tell me how this sounds.
Okay. Oh, you gotta make like a full Rise Magic video of like ASMR.
I think I seen one on TikTok actually who does like the ASMR magic stuff.
Yeah, that'd be
It's
great.
just kind of fun. How'd the noise canceling sound? I haven't used it because it seems I feel like it keeps like I tested it before and it keeps sounding like it's like cutting my voice off.
Okay, it sounds good, but only caught half of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, makes sense. All right. I'm
All right.
pretty happy with the oh, another one that fooled me is well, it fooled me for like 4 seconds and I figured it out. Is the one that Antonio did where he had me shuffle the cards and then he just glimpsed
That's a good
and then
one.
yeah, that was
Yeah,
pretty good.
that was kind of the same thing. Like, I had to pause for that one. Like, wait
Yeah,
a
yeah.
second.
Yeah, and then
His
yesterday he
face.
said, "Okay, Colby, shuffle the cards." I said, "Yep."
Yeah, I saw that.
All right, they're shuffled. They're shuffled.
All right, think of any four of a kind you like. Don't tell me what it is.
Okay.
Okay, go through your cards and out jog the four of a kind that you're thinking of.
Okay.
I'll look away. I'm not even gonna watch.
Okay.
Everyone who's not watching on YouTube is gonna be very confused right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I got them out jogged.
Okay, out of those four, think of one of them. Don't tell me what it is.
Um. Okay.
Okay, square them back into the deck.
Okay.
You ready?
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Turn the cards facing to me. Again, if I was there, I'd take them from you. Spread through the cards and just go
Okay.
through them. Okay. Is your card a red card?
It is not a red card.
So it's a black card, right?
It is a black card.
Is it a spade?
It is not a spade.
Not a spade. So that means it's a club.
Yeah, it is a club. Can I show the camera what it is?
Okay, hang on. Yeah, well, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Show the camera. We don't
Yeah,
have
that way they
any.
know there's
We're
no
not in cahoots.
yeah. Okay.
All right. What was your card?
Two clubs.
Oh, I guess four of clubs.
Ah,
Dang, that's really disappointing.
I was wondering because you didn't quite finish the bit. And I'm like, oh, that one's the easiest one.
Well, I thought I got my thing at the beginning. I was like, okay, I
The
know the
yeah,
number, but I guess I got the wrong number.
that's it. Here, let me try it. Let me try it. I want to give it a shot.
All right. Let's see if you can get it right.
All right, think. Go and shuffle the cards. Shuffle the cards.
All right,
I
I'm
haven't
ready.
actually tried this yet, so I mean, I'm excited. Okay, and then think of any four of a kind you want. Now jog them. I'll look away. Actually, I'll look away too. I'll look away too. That's only fair.
Okay.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and square them all into the deck, and then go ahead and show me all those cards. Just fan them out. Yep. Uh-huh.
I don't
Good.
have the same high quality camera that you do.
That's okay. It looks great.
I'm on a 5-year-old
Okay,
laptop.
good. Uh-huh. I'm getting some good information here. Okay. Okay. Show me hold it up one more time. Hold it up one more time. I think I got it. I think I know. yeah. And then just do like the last little bit. Yeah, I think yeah. Yep, okay. I think I got it. Your card is red,
Yeah,
right? Okay.
I'll pull it up. I can't change.
And it's a red card. Should be a diamond.
No,
It's a heart. Okay. Hmm. It's a tough read. Hmm. What was your card?
seven of hearts.
Gosh, dang it, dude.
Oh,
Man,
we
we don't
both
know what we're
screwed it up.
doing. Dang, man. Dang.
All right. Well, if anyone wants to see it done correctly, either
Yeah.
watch my Italy
Post.
vlog where I got fooled by it, or watch the post where I did it for my brother. I don't know when I posted it, but I posted it sometime.
Need some practice. We got to end on an actual trick here. Now this whole podcast is just in the dumpster. Like these guys don't know what they're doing. This is
Exactly.
trial and
Supposed
error. Okay.
magicians? No.
Yeah, yeah. It's like I could do that. I mean,
Yeah.
shoot.
All right. We'll
Okay.
let you do the final trick, and we'll end on that.
All right. Let me think of a trick here. Let me think of a trick. It's hard because I don't have like I have to hold it all
Yeah,
up.
it's definitely the angle's difficult to work with.
Yeah.
You can do a coin
Oh
trick.
shoot. I could do a coin trick, but I don't have one over here. Um. I'm trying to think. Um.
We'll also
I
have
don't
to
know.
do
Let's just do
another
this.
podcast at some point with Brooke involved also.
Yeah. Let's just try this. So we got the four of spades.
Yeah.
Okay. Remember that four spades. We're going to take that four, put it in somewhere in the middle, and you could see that it's legitimately somewhere towards the
Yeah.
middle of the deck, right? Now, when I snap my fingers, that's all it takes for that four to come right back to the top. Now, that's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing, but you might have missed it, right? So I'll go kind of slow here. We can take that same four, right? We can get it buried, lost somewhere into the deck, push it in somewhere towards the middle. Now, I have no idea where it is. You have no idea where it is. But when I snap my fingers, see that it's not at the top. So you thought it was at the top, but that would be too easy. It's only at the top when I say it's at the top. And I'm saying it's at the top. Now we have that four to the top.
Nice.
Now you might have missed it again. You might have missed it again, but that's okay. We'll make it a little bit harder because I'll take that four. We're gonna slightly push it forward. You know what? I'll even get rid of like these cards. We don't even need them. And when I just tap in that four, just like this, make it nice and square, it jumps right to the top. Well, I didn't mean the top of this deck. I meant the top of this deck right here. See, there's that four right
Nice.
there.
That's a good routine.
So yeah, that's we'll end on that one. How about
That was
that?
good. That was good.
It's hard, a tough camera angle here
It's
to
definitely
you know.
difficult. It's definitely difficult.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
we'll
Well,
have to
thanks
do
for
another one.
having me on the MK Magic podcast. You need a name for it.
MK Talks.
Oh, you already have a name. My bad.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for having me on the MK Talks.
Yeah, we'll get Brooke on one the next time, and that one's just gonna be chaos.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what y'all are gonna talk about, but
No, it'll be me, you, and Brooke.
oh, I don't know what we're gonna talk about, but
I
it'll
might
be
have to
entertaining
censor a lot
though.
in that one.
Yeah. It'll be funny.
Definitely. Yeah, I'll leave all your links down below for your book and your TikTok and your Twitch and your YouTube and all that stuff.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate it.
So,
Yeah, you find me on any platform ever. MySpace.
oh yeah, follow my MySpace.
Yeah. Or as that works as a follow or like friend or
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I'm not old enough for
You
MySpace.
add me on Zoom.
Add my LinkedIn.
Yeah, my LinkedIn, my Kahoot.
Cahoots a good one.
Oh, that's funny. Cool. All right. Well, appreciate you, MK.
Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, man. Have a good rest of your night, brother.